Three, two, one.
Hi
guys, and welcome to another edition of ESC Fan TV, and it's all about the Thickmas. So we've got a brand new panel tonight. So let's see who we've got. We've got Sean from Vision Tees.
Hello. Oh, there I am. Hi, everybody. It's Saturday. We're a day earlier than usual, so let's hope some of you are watching. This should be really, really fun.
And thanks for that, Sean. And we've also got Mick.
Hiya, everybody. What a lovely time we had when we all decided to watch Thickmas.
Yes, we did. Thanks for that, Mick. Yeah, cheers. And Brendan from Wales.
Hi there. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Short and sweet as ever, Brendan. Donna from Scotland.
All right, everybody. We survived another year.
We have. And we've got ESC Fan TV Virgins, Paul and Andrew.
Hey, everybody. Merry Thickmas. Lovely to be here. Go easy on us. It's our first time ever.
Be gentle.
Well, we'll see about that. I can't see that happening. It is what it is, basically, and that's it. Right, so as you know, it was the 62nd Festival, what?
Festivali Këngës.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that one. And we all watched through everything, apart from a few of us that didn't bother watching the first night. And if you've got any views on it, please let us know in the comments and we'll work our way through it. But wow, we all feel like we've survived an incident. It was a long few days. So should we start? Should we kick it off? Should we kick it off? Yeah. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. And it's what are the rules and what was going on? Brendan, would you like to explain?
Thanks. No.
No.
Let's go to Donna. We'll go to Donna. Donna, I'm pretty sure you've got a grip of what was happening.
I'm sorry, I don't have it.
Sean, what are the rules of Fick? How's it work?
Well, you might have to ask this bottle of gin because he's probably got more of an idea than I did.
Right, are you ready then? Right, let's play nicely. Phil, I know you know the rules. And so do I.
As far as I could gather, there was effectively two competitions. So you've got the FIC itself, which is completely voted for by the jury. So they decide who goes from the semi-finals to the finals, and they decide who wins Festivali Këngës.
Yeah.
But then, completely separate to that, you've got a televote for all 35 songs or 36 songs, or how many it was? No, 31, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. And the televote decides who goes to Eurovision. So it's a completely separate thing. Nobody quite seemed to know what was going on, including the presenters. But it seemed very Albanian, I guess.
So the rules are, if you think you've worked out what the rules are, the rules change depending on what day of the week it is, or if it in fact has, say, a T in the day.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, fair enough. I'm glad that we sorted that out. If anybody's got any answers, put them on a postcard, send them to ESC, Fun TV, I don't know, anywhere. They'll find us, it'll be fine. Everyone knows where everybody lives. So we don't know the rules. We all watched it. We're all tired. We're all slightly worse for wear, liver and kidney wise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Let's kick off with the first round of questions. So, are you ready? Oh, Fickmas tree. Oh, Fickmas tree. How lovely are your presenters? So we had Adriana Matoshi. She's an actress. We had Cledi Kadiu, possibly. He's a dancer choreographer, and we had Krissa Shaushi. She's a TV presenter.
Yeah, we've got a clip of some of the outfits that they wore as well, because that was quite interesting in itself.
Let's do that.
Adriana Matoshi dhe Cledi Kadiu.
Cledi Kadiu ma futi dorën.
Krissa Shaushi.
E madhe në skenë. Mirë se erdhe, Krissa.
Mirë se të gjithë, Adrian.
Si shkon? Po driva. Drama. Dhe mirë se keni ardhur vizionin shqiptar.
Alo, ty të dëgjoja.
Dhe sërin tënë të ngrohtë, unë pranë e doja. Festivali.
So there they are in all their glory. Mick, what did you think of the presenters for Fick?
I actually loved them. I thought they were, all three just, I think doing it all off the hoof, I think my favourite outfit was the yellow, Mrs. Canary, I mean, God knows what that was hiding. And the green, cleavage revealer, I mean, she might as well have not bothered wearing anything. But I think they didn't know what was happening as much as we did, to be honest.
Donna, what did you think of the presenters?
Night one was a bit different to night three. They definitely seemed to get more comfortable with their camera work and things by the final. But night one was a little bit hit and miss, wasn't it? I was starting to wonder whether they were like professional or not. I don't know. But they gave it a good bash, and no quite like panto quick changes or anything, which is quite good. Although on the final night, I thought we were going to get a river dance from the last lady, because she got that lovely black affair that had the A-line cut on it, and I thought, oh, she's going to give us a river dance any second. What did you think, Brendan?
I thought they were just pulled out of the crowd, to be fair, and just given some nice dresses. It was a bit of fun, really, wasn't it? They didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what was going on. It was very exciting to know. Somebody in the background must have known what was going on, but it weren't them.
Sean, what did you think of the presenters?
I think the presenters. Hello.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just as professional as ever.
I can do myself if you want. The presenters were probably as good as what we are, I've got to say. And I loved it when on night three she came out wearing, Sesame Street. I think she was wearing Big Bird's minge. I mean, I don't know what the hell that was, but
I think Big Bird's a boy.
Oh. Okay.
So Sean, sorry. Paul and Andrew, what did you think of the clippity clop of the presenters?
Well, so I've got the distinct impression that the first night really was they'd not had any dress rehearsal whatsoever. It was completely
and the tinfoil dress.
Yeah, it just didn't work the first night, but they did pin it down by the final, and they were quite good by then. Yeah, the tinfoil dress was probably very, very, very hot inside, like a Christmas turkey, Figmas turkey. I also thought that the male presenter, I think I mentioned this while we were looking, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Toto Cutugno. Is that how you say it? The Italian man from the presenter of Italy, 1991. Yeah, he was about as good as him as well.
Thank you very much, Paul and Andrew. Phil, what did you think?
Well, I liked how they, like normally you'd have your presenters on the side of the stage, and when the actor finished singing, the camera cut straight to the presenters and they do their bit. Whereas here, you had to wait for the act to walk off the stage, and the presenters came to clip clop on. So about 5 seconds between the act finishing and the presenters actually saying anything.
Yeah. I can confirm that the tinfoil was really warm because I did dress up as that and send everyone a picture, and it was hot.
Yeah, but it was odd, and some of the outfits were.
We were all just waiting for a boob to come flying out because it was very precarious.
I wondered as well why only one of the women was allowed to do a costume change.
Maybe somebody misordered dresses.
She always had 2 costumes, 2 dresses per show, but the other lady didn't. I'm not sure why.
Who knows? If anyone can work that out and the rules, let us know. So that's that. That's the presenters. I'm pretty sure that we've covered everything. There was tinfoil, there was Big Bird's Minge, and that sort of sums it up, really, to be fair. So next, are you ready? Step into Figmas, what did you think of the comedian? Brendan, what did you think of the comedian?
I think my opinion was the same as the rest of the crowd there, going, booing. The fact that he was a comedian really does point something bad, doesn't it? I don't think I can say much more.
That's fair enough. Yeah, it was a shocker, to be fair. I think I'm going to go on this one next. That's all right, Phil. Ooh, ta-da! Here I am. Yeah, I think when we got into Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky jokes, we don't speak Albanian or because he's Italian, isn't he?
Apparently, apparently he's born in Albania, but he was moved to Italy when he was 5.
Yeah, but I don't understand why he was telling Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky jokes. It just seemed slightly outdated.
I noticed as well on the actual final, the first time he came on, the response from the audience was fairly muted. But then the second time he came on, as soon as he walked on the stage, you could hear the audience groan.
They were actually groaning because they've paid money to be there. They couldn't really go anywhere. At least, people groan at us, but, it is what it is.
You had to pay to be there.
Yeah, the tickets went on sale the week before. That's how organised it was. They were on sale. They went on sale the Saturday before. So, Paul and Andrew, what do you think?
I think you're being very generous to him actually calling him a comedian. That's the thing that I got. It was just sort of like he'd be saying jokes, and then it was sort of like almost like going, "Da-da! This is the punchline," and people would just go, and you'd see sort of like Timbleweed running across the stage.
Comedian was a misnomer.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Mick, did you like him?
Well, I liked the audience when they actually moved the shots to the audience, and they're all like, while he was on. I mean, the rows of, slapped ass faces. I mean, it was just, I think even they just lost the will to live while he was on. And, I think we all joined in with the groans of the audience when we realised after a 20-minute ad break, oh gosh, he's back, so... Bless him. He did his best, but
did he?
He got one laugh, from one fella,
Do you think that they paid him for that, or he just sort of
Oh,
turned
God, I
up
hope
and they let him on?
Perhaps it was on day release or something. You know, it's back giving back to the community.
Yeah, I think he'd done something, and this was community service.
Yeah,
It's the only
yeah.
explanation of why he was so bad.
Yeah.
Donna, what do you think of the comedian?
Well, it wasn't necessarily to my taste. He obviously was to maybe a handful of people in the audience, but he, again, like the presenters, he did get better and worked out what the room was like towards the final. So maybe you do need these first few nights, you see, just to get everybody into gear, because who knows how much rehearsal time they actually have before this. You know, it's a bit like Eurovision. You don't necessarily get like weeks and weeks and weeks. You just have to like get on and do it with a small amount of rehearsal time. So maybe that was the case, and he was the only one available this close to Christmas. And I don't know. Yeah, could have chosen better. But I think, like Italy as well, they do like to have a little bit of like a cultural moment, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of like a cross between comedy and a bit of culture, supposedly. But
Okay.
it depends on your tastes, I guess.
Sure. Oh, thank you very much, Donna. Sean, did you like the pretty jackets that he wore?
Well, he kind of was demoted, wasn't he? From he was wearing a Butlins red coat on show 1, and then a Maplin's yellow coat on show 2. So it was kind of demoted there. Look, I mean, the guy was cracking jokes that were 20 years old. Now, so I'm not sure if that was live or if they just showed a rerun of his performance at FIC 42 or something like that. That would explain quite a bit. But they've been doing this 62 years. So why is it so like shambles, shall I say?
I think we base ourselves on the actual fic.
Yeah, I think they should get the guy who hosted ESCZ in Prague to host the Albanian show next year. Just a little step up for him.
A double
for
act.
those of you that didn't see Chechia's show, go back and watch it and have a look at the man. There's a definite theme of presentation styles. It's it's quite bad. Thank you very much, Sean. So I think that covers the presenters. Not presenters, because I don't want to call him a comedian. And we're not sure if he said something a bit off on one of them. It was people were commenting. It was quite bad. So yeah, maybe not book him for if Albania win. Don't book him for hosting Eurovision.
Not for Panto anyway.
Oh no! well, every Panto needs a villain. So he might be good at Panto. You never know. Maybe that's where he is now. He's in Panto with Terry.
Well, him and Chechia covered the Ugly Sisters.
The audience didn't get the sort of crowd boo going. They really could have done that.
No, it was just a groan.
There was just a groan. There was a lot of groan. To be fair, I was sat in my front room groaning. Going, oh God, really? Oh, I'd rather watch the adverts.
I did notice one time after he'd been on, they decided to go through the jury and say hi to all the jury members, and 2 of them had disappeared.
And the head judge just looked as though he was slowly, trying to slide out of his seat and get away.
Yeah, but I mean, the bloke with the glasses on, that he was asleep. He wasn't even watching.
Dark glasses. He was wearing dark glasses so he could have a nap.
There's no way that he was conscious, because you could see someone sort of elbowing him, going, "It's your turn now." He's like, "Where am I? Where am I? What's going on? What year is it?" Because he's been there 62 years. He's not left that auditorium in 62 years. What else? Any other opinions on the judges? No. Yeah. Right, that's that then.
It's been quite.
Oftentimes they weren't there, so you know.
Sorry, I must admit, I think it was the first night, and it just seemed to be a row of, shall we say, elder ladies, and I kept imagining the guillotine and with the knitting, and it's like I'm thinking they need to get the demographic up a bit you know, a bit whatever in Albania.
Yeah, they did seem to be like quite old nanas. I'm not sure if they had the right row or if they had like the nana row, you know, of people that were participating, because you know that everyone's nana was there. And one of them came dressed as oh, what was he called? What did Stu dress up as at Eurovision? They were all dressed in purple with the what's it thing? What's it called? Oh,
it wasn't Austin Powers,
it was it?
it?
Was Austin Powers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sat next to the old woman was another old woman who'd come dressed as Austin Powers. And you sort of wonder, where do they think they are, and should they have actually been at a panto? I think they just wandered in by accident and turned out Albanian judge. That'll do. I sat in that seat. I'm not moving. So that's the judges then. Are you ready for another one? Driving home for Christmas. Well, I can't wait to see those faces. Whose faces are you going to miss because they didn't get through? Sean. Well, I'll give you a minute. Do you need a minute?
Well, I
wait, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Due to us being professional, I forgot to do the recap. Let's do the recap.
Show the clips, yeah.
Yeah, let's show the clips.
Hello, it's me.
It's you, Sean.
Go on, Sean.
What do you want to know? I'm going
to
tell you.
know who you liked out of the best of the rest.
Oh, you know what? Out of the best of the rest. Well, I really liked song number 10, that electro one. Repetition. Luan Dermishi. Yeah. It started off really, really promising. And it started off, you know, moody and electronic. And then I was just a little disappointed towards the end because he just got a bit shouty. Just too much shouting like that. Too much shouting at Christmas. No. Sorry. So, yeah, but apart from that, I quite like the song. Song 8, Festina Mezzini, Melos. I loved how it starts. I like the piano and the strings, and she got a very strong vocal, I thought. So, yeah, she was good. I'm not even like written down who qualified or not, so sorry. But yeah, there's a few good songs in this selection of 31, but just a few, unfortunately. I'll tell you. Do you want to know my favourites of the whole thing, or are you waiting for later?
No, go on, do it, Sean. Tell us. Let's know. I'm desperate to know.
Well, okay. First of all, I really liked song 31. I love the bongo drums. I thought it had very strong vocals. Martina Seriqui, Only You. That's the English translation of the song. I quite like that one. And also, why did they put 2 songs from the end, a song that translates as "Everything Is Over"? Couldn't they have just put that as the last song? Wouldn't that make more sense?
I think we've already established that we don't know what the rules are.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. I liked song 20, Michaela Palucha, Pervertin, which means For Myself. I thought it was really decent, upbeat, good chorus. I thought it was a bit weak in the verses. But my favourite was Rambo in a Skirt, song 2.
We're not talking about that now.
Oh, I thought so.
We'll talk about him.
Not now.
Later.
Shh! No spoilers, Sean. Shut up.
I like him though. I like him.
I'll come to you first when we get to Rambo in a Skirt. All right.
Yeah. All right then.
Mick, what did you think? And remember the rules. Don't mention who's won. Best of the rest.
Best of the rest. Well, a bit like Sean. My favourites, and I christened him Bonkers Boy. It was like Luan Dermishi, and it was just like, yeah, he was sat on this cube. He had these glasses on and a baseball cap, and he was just like, you know, you're trying to work out, is there anybody in there? And then he's doing all these strange hand movements at the end, and I'm thinking, yeah, bonkers, go for it. And he didn't even get to the final.
Oh, I bet you voted for him as well, Mick, didn't you?
And I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. And I also voted for, I'll have to put my glasses on because I can't see his name. But yeah, my favourite beardy man of the night, Andrew Cavalli, you know, singing about his nan, I think. I think
Yes,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
That was the Balkan ballad of the night for me. That was just wonderful.
Was he the one with his teddy bear?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
he
it
had the
was.
teddy bear.
Yeah. And even though he wasn't, you know, he was taking part, but he wasn't a contestant. My favourite bearded conductor as well. I'm going to be missing him, you know. So the brief glimpses I got as he walked onto the stage and got himself ready, that'll do for me.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that, mate, because we haven't got a best bearded category for composers or whatever it was. Conductors. No, I'm sorry. I'll get on that for next year.
Okay, later.
Donna, best of the rest for you.
Ooh. Oh, here we go. There we are. So, yeah, I'm going to join everybody's team here with Mr. Electro Crazy Man, Luan Demichi. He's fabulous. He got the whole like constructor element for me, I think, out of it all, and he was visually quite appealing to watch. Maybe not sounding great towards the end, but actually, out of any of the others, he got the best stage presence for visuals. And that was one thing that I found a little bit disheartening was, although it is a song contest, and we say that about Eurovision every year, there was not much visually going on to keep your attention. And a lot of them were just stock still, quite static behind the mic stand, or just not doing a lot, or looking quite bored, which annoyed me a bit because they're supposed to be invested in their song, but they're not really addressing the audience or the camera or anything. So I was quite pleased that a few of them actually did, and it got better again towards the final. Other ones I quite liked though were Eden Baya. She was the lady who was number 23, but she didn't qualify because she was about emotional as a block of wood. But I liked the song. It was really quite funky. She sang it well. And I was gutted because if she'd have just put that extra oomph in, it would have got through. And it may have actually done quite well. You never know. And I love a bit of rock. Everybody knows I love a bit of rock. And Albania's one, they have to have an electric guitar in somewhere, anywhere. And I love the orchestral arrangements that come out with the electric guitars. And it is the joy of this contest that you do have an orchestra. There's one of the few that are left now that do have the orchestra, and probably Paul and Andrew will mention that in a bit. But I love the arrangement with Arena and the Elementals. She was just mentally like in your face, and a really strong, deep rock vocal. Had a bit of an Evanescence feel to me. But sadly, I don't think the song itself was really strong enough. And I will actually address the elephant in the room, which was Elsa Lila, the favourite, who's been like many times contest winner before. Fabulous song, has that essence of Mia Martini for me. She performed really well, not necessarily on the first night, but the final she really brought some emotion to that song, and yeah, I was gutted she didn't do better.
I agree with you on that one, to be fair, Donna. Paul and Andrew, best of the rest.
Well, first of all, we have to agree about Elsa. That was we've got little pieces of paper with everything written down and what our comments are and everything. I just basically, as soon as I saw Elsa, I just put winner.
Yeah.
It was just head and shoulders for me. It had emotion, it built. I think that was one of the problems with some of the songs. They were really nice, pleasant ballads, but they never seemed to go anywhere. It sort of like stayed at a level. And I think when you've got the beauty of an orchestra there, and you could have actually really made something of that, because I love the one thing I'd say about the Albanian final was just the fact that they had the orchestra, and that was just loved it.
Yeah, orchestra really makes it. I think it's just a throwback to how Eurovision used to be. Sad that it can't be brought back in some way, shape, or form. But it was great. Yeah, I wrote wow about Elsa as well. Also loved the electronica fella. Great start to the song, I think, as Mick said, but then he started screaming, really screaming, and I thought, oh goodness, oh well.
And the bit was really strange was his clip, because he didn't appear in the final, it was just where all he did was scream for his sort of like thing. Which
They chose that as a highlight, which was wasn't the highlight of the song.
I love Nan as well. That was good.
Nan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nan was. That was lovely, absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Brendan. Best of the rest. Oh, hang on.
Hang on, we'll get in there eventually. There we go.
I can see you
There we
coming
go.
through.
There we are. So I'm going to rock the boat a little bit here. Other than I agree with everybody's opinion on Elsa. I think she was head and shoulders above the rest. She was absolutely brilliant. I really don't understand how that didn't do well with the public vote, etc. So this is where I rock the boat a little bit. I really liked Melodan Makaku, isn't it? Yeah. So the youngster. Now, all right, it was very repetitive. I can't really work it out why. And maybe get me kicked off the show, but I really liked it.
I'm pretty sure you have to do worse than that to get kicked off this show.
Yeah. We've set the bar really low, Brendan. So
really low. Yeah.
I'm struggling to pinpoint why I like that song so much. All right, yes, as everybody else said, like most of the acts, she didn't address the crowd very often, and she was very static. There was something about that song, and when it came on in the recap there, I see singing along to it, maybe mumbling along to it, but that was mine. And another caught my eye was Castro Zizzo. Now, I don't think very much of him, but his backing singer is very good. She obviously has got a very good voice, so maybe she needs to enter herself.
Yes, for a minute I thought he was giving a very beautiful falsetto in the chorus, but apparently it wasn't him.
No, exactly. But the reason I think my attention was drawn to it so much is because you just gave me Alexander Lemptov from the Eurovision film vibes throughout. It just kept reminding me of him. I don't really know why. It must be a similar looks or something, but I was just sitting there giggling to myself the whole way through it. So it was one of those things that just kept me amused. So I think that's about it for me.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Brendan. So that's everybody's best of the rest. If you disagree, let us know.
Apart from mine.
Oh, God, I forgot about you.
Go on. No, I was just going to say, it was good that there were so many rock acts and quite a few female rock singers as well. You know, you got Irina and the Elementals, RC Bacco, great name, and Troy Band as well, who didn't qualify. I also quite liked Andy Tanko, the guy, sort of almost shaven head.
Is that the screamy bloke?
Yeah, kind of. I thought he was all right. Although the guitarist was completely bonkers. He sounded like I would sound if I tried to play guitar.
He did actually vocalize what I was feeling internally.
And like a lot of people said, Luan Demichi, he was bonkers. The only thing I thought about him was with him sort of sitting down and doing the arm movements, and also the song had some sort of like religious chanting going on in it. It reminded me a bit of Constractor, from Serbia a couple of years ago. But it was bonkers, and Castro Zizzo was bonkers as well, bless him. With bits of glitter on his face and stuff. That song sort of started slightly bonkers and got more and more crazy as it went on. I absolutely loved that.
And Uragan, he was the moss man, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, with the sash and the moss growing up his arms.
Yeah.
H-row boy.
Yeah.
It reminded me of David Tennant.
Yes. Oh, that ruined it now, Donna.
Sorry.
Thanks a lot.
Some will quite like it.
Yeah, well, now Donna's ruined everything. Shall we move on? Thanks a lot. Are you ready? I can't do it without laughing. Right.
Don't do it.
Are you ready?
Come on, you can do it.
Hark the herald angels sing, Malrico Cherry is our king. Should we take a look at him?
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
There you go. That was the jury winner. So remember, just the jury winner. Sean, it's your bloke in a skirt. What do you think?
Rambo in his skirt, isn't he? He is.
Look at his little face. I've never seen you look so happy.
It was a joy to watch. Can't think why. I've got to say though, it was a good song. It was full of energy. It was bounding about that stage. I think it was a bit rude of him to go into the orchestra and throw all the sheet music everywhere at the end when he won. A bit disrespectful to that violinist. I think they just had to mime it for the rest of the time. But yeah, so he's won. He's won the festival. Whoopie doo. He doesn't get to go to Eurovision. Oh, it's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Never mind. But yeah, it was a really good song. I think personally, the 31 songs, it was my favourite.
Thank you very much, Sean. Donna, bloke in a leather skirt, yay or nay?
Nay, absolutely nay. Oh my God. I can see why some publications have been calling it the surprise winner. Yeah, oh my God. When I first saw him, I immediately thought of Tommy Wiseau in The Room, and then that was me done for. I just can't think of anything except that film. And then when he started shouting as well, he was a very shouty singer, and he was quite emotional with it, but also liked to pose in Atlas style poses. And I think he thought he was Damiano from Måneskin, didn't he, with that kind of leather affair. What is it, Hawaii skirt almost, isn't it? Yeah, no, it wasn't really for me. It was fun to watch, but as far as the song went, not really my thing.
Yeah, cheers, Donna. Thanks for that. Paul and Andrew, man in a leather skirt.
Man in a leather skirt.
I was always hoping that somebody would run on, preferably Mike Noland, rip his skirt off and he'd be in little leather shorts. But that's just my own fantasy.
Yeah, the skirt reveal would have been good, and probably quite shocking. Yeah, it really gave me the Damiano vibes as well. Very interesting performer. He performed it well, and just didn't like the song at all. It wasn't really for us. But hey ho,
We liked him more than the song.
That's not a bad thing, because I'd rather have somebody nice to look at who's singing a bit rubbish than somebody that I don't really want to look at who sings beautifully.
And he's kind of like that guy from the Olympics that we seen a few times at the Olympic opening ceremony. I don't know where he's from. He's from some like Bali or some remote island.
Oh yes, he's like a Tahitian, and he's all oiled up in the grass skirt.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
It reminded me a lot of him.
You mean. Oh yeah, I like
his outfit would be improved by Mike Nolan running on as well.
Totally agree. Thank you very much, Brendan. Do you like the look of a bloke in a leather skirt?
No.
Have you got one?
And the missus is in the room now, so I definitely can't say yes.
Right answer.
I think we call Fick doing the Sanremo wannabe. I think he's the Måneskin wannabe. I didn't like the song. He obviously had a lot of character and charisma, and he was, at least when he looked like he was enjoying himself throughout. But I just didn't enjoy any part of it, unfortunately. And then once he won it, he didn't recognise that the hosts. He just seemed like everything was beneath him. And then obviously they're throwing the music sheets off stuff. Yeah, just rubbed me up the wrong way afterwards.
It can rub me up the wrong way anytime.
All right, bitches.
I could see that coming a mile off, honestly, Sean.
Said the actress to the bishop.
Phil, I think you've got a leather skirt somewhere in our dressing up box.
Have I? Oh,
Do
fair
it.
enough. Yeah, right. No, I mean, I sort of disagree with some people because I actually like the song better than his performance. I thought the song was all right. I thought he was definitely enthusiastic, but I thought his vocals were a bit off sometimes. But I, like a lot of people, I was surprised that the jury picked that one. To be fair,
It was full of old women. Who else were they going to pick?
Well, I know.
Seriously, there's a bloke in a tight leather vest and a sort of, you know, a grass skirt.
Fair enough.
You're going to pick, you know, you're that
Teddy
close.
Bear Man.
You're going to want to see him again and again and again, and then do a reprise as well. They were laughing their heads off. They thought it was brilliant.
Fair enough.
But then, yeah, Mick. I bet you, I guarantee that Mick likes a bloke in a leather skirt.
Well, normally I would, but I must admit I wasn't looking at his skirt. I was just entranced with his arms.
Oh, thank God.
You know, Hercules boy, I called him, and it was just like I was so entranced by his arms, I completely forgot what he was singing about. And
what was he singing about?
I've no idea. You know, even now, you know, and he had his little Blanco moment, didn't he? You know, thank God there were no flowers hurt in that performance.
Oh,
you know?
That is such a niche reference, and that is why.
Yeah. But I must admit, when he was announced as the winner, I think you could hear the gasps in the audience as to, oh my God, he's won, you know. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to go against with everybody. His vocal performances on night 1, 2, and 3 were all off. Rubbish. I'm sorry, but they were. And apart from his arms, there was and the leather skirt, there was nothing. And I've no idea why they picked that one above. There were like 3 or 4 others who sung much better. But I have heard on the rumour mill grapevine that his father is an Albanian politician, and so he bought the votes.
Yeah, it's not. It's because it was full of old women in the jury. Yeah. And trust me.
You heard it there on news, ESC Fan TV News.
Jesus,
you heard it first.
Thanks, Mick, for not remembering what we're called or where you are or what's going on. That's that. That was the winner of the jury vote. Now we go to the winner of the televote.
Are you ready for this?
Thickmas time, metal boobs and wine. Run VT.
Jimin Eurovision.
Faleminderit shumë, faleminderit. Faleminderit nga zemra, ju dua shumë. Faleminderit.
So there we have it. Bessa Cockadema. Professional. Paul and Andrew, what do you think?
Well,
it was okay. The song, it actually built a little bit, and it grew on me. It takes quite a few listens, I think, to actually appreciate it. The thing that got me more than anything was the fact that it must have been absolutely freezing on the first night when she was wearing the metal thing.
Yeah, I couldn't stop looking at her boobs, and as a gay man, that's strange, but I couldn't actually hear the song because I was just too interested in those pointy things. They weren't there on the final night. I have to say, she wore that rather revealing gold number. So yeah, I did hear the song a little bit more then. It was okay, but I don't think it should have won. But now it has won. I do hope that she brings the metal boobs to Eurovision.
I do like the fact that you are obsessed with metal boobs.
Not normally, but you know.
Well, you know, there's a
You don't
website for
see every
everybody.
day.
I think it was the metal nipples he liked more than the boobs.
Right, that's far too much information. Brendan, tell us about your metal nipples.
Well, whereas maybe somebody else has a problem, I'm allowed to like them. So
Everyone's allowed to like them. There's no judgment here.
well, I feel no guilt for liking it. So
Your wife's not in the room anymore, then, is she?
she is, but she can't hear you. I quite like the choice. She's doing. I got Gaetana Ukraine. Is it 2012 vibes from her, especially with the headpiece. Yeah, so I like the song from the start. I did not expect for it to go to Eurovision. However, I quite like the plate she won. I wouldn't mind that Eurovision plate.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you very much, Brendan. Mick. Oh God, Mick's right. He loves all sorts of weird stuff. So I'm gonna say yes. You do like a metal nipple.
Well, I certainly thought a vocal performance was very prominent, shall we say? But yeah, I hope she brings it to Eurovision. So when they go to the crowd and all the fans have got their own versions of it there, I think that will be quite interesting. And also, I quite liked a little knockoff Kate Miller-Heidke crown that she had on. You know, obviously that didn't last the journey from Australia. You know, because a few bits knocked off there. But yeah, I called her Cleavage Ballad number 2 because there was certainly cleavage on show.
There definitely was. I think there
Yeah,
definitely
and
was
a bit like
look.
a bit like
There was a look.
Hercules' arms. I kept being drawn, you know, strangely to her chest, you know. So,
do you know what, mate? Nothing like that surprises me about you. Sean, tell us about your metal nipples, and could you possibly do some branded ESC Fan TV ones?
You know, I've had half as much gin as I need to for this, so hang on a minute.
Oh my God, it's neat.
No, I'll put some cherry stuff in. It's not. Yeah, everyone thought I was drinking tea or coffee. No, it's cherry gin because I'm a big girl. So let me tell you about this song. Right, she's called Bessa. She does 2 contestants called Bessa, but she was the better Bessa because she won. So that's something for you, isn't it? She was the better Bessa. I loved her voice. I thought she had a really good voice. I liked her tits more. What can I say? And I hope she wears that metal thing in Malmö next May. And I want fireworks to shoot out of it in every direction. Maybe two spinning Catherine wheels, something like that instead. Something like that. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Because that's probably cheaper than those pyrotechnics that they charge you for. You know, like £900 a minute or whatever they are. No, just a few £4 Catherine wheels on there, get them spinning round. That'd be fantastic. Do you not think? I think that'd be.
Yeah, you're going to flog a T-shirt with that on, aren't you?
What a good idea! Yes.
Jesus.
Hey, I'm going to write that down before I forget it because I'll probably forget it tonight.
Yeah, so write that down in big. Write
that down in big.
In big.
Yeah. How do you spell tits? Oh yeah, tits.
No.
Right. So, and the second outfit, the gold thing. I mean, come on, what? I mean, you could park your bike in that, couldn't you? You could. You could park.
I think I'm pretty sure we have to be careful where we go with that from there.
Okay. Let's look at the song, though. Let's be fair and look at the song. It was good. It was really good. It was it was one of the best of the night, of the 2 night, of the 3 night, of the 4 nights. It was one of the best 48 songs that were in the thing or whatever.
How many songs were it, Sean? How many songs were in the competition?
562. It was 562. I counted them. 562.
Right. We're going to go and have another recap with Paul and Andrew.
Ooh.
Just to say, I completely agree with you, Sean. I think she has to come back to Eurovision with that outfit. And I do think that if she does, or when she does, it will be one of the best moments at Eurovision since butter churning Polish milkmaids.
Yeah, and you do know that if you contact Sean privately, he will arrange a T-shirt with all that on for you.
Yes,
With all,
we don't.
yeah.
I'm on it.
Oh God, yeah. He'll honestly, he would flog his nan if she wasn't dead.
I know.
Donna.
She's dead at the moment.
She's dead at the moment.
Yes.
Donna.
Well, yes.
We know all about the metal boobs. We've been there before.
Oh, really? So, do you know you missed a trick though? You remember that scene in Austin Powers, the first one, where you got the fembots and they got their
Fembots?
Yes, it's going back a bit, but they blew smoke out of theirs. Anyway, just saying. That was the only pyrotechnics we got in the whole evening, didn't we? As well, the smoke jets as well. It was quite exciting when we had the smoke jets. But honestly, no. Back to Bessa and her as a character, a singer, etc. She did very well. She was one of the most engaging performers out of the ones that were on the stage throughout all 31 across the different nights. And she actually had moments where she addressed the camera. She had moments where she actually addressed the audience, and her vocal was consistent throughout. So although she wasn't picked in the top 3 on the jury thing, I can see why the televote voted for her. She does seem a little bit chaotic as well, which has that fun factor part of it. And the different varieties in costumes remind me a lot of Clara Hammerstrom. For those that watch the Swedish selections, Melody Festivali, she reminds me a lot of her randomness, like with the lobster outfit and things like that. It's got those kind of chaos vibes that could do well on the Eurovision stage, actually. So, no, I'm quite pleased that she won. Not necessarily my personal favourite of the night. I did prefer a few of the Balkan ballads. But yeah, good luck to her.
Thank you very much, Donna. Oh, Phil.
Well, it wasn't my favourite of the night.
Was it your favourite outfit of the night?
It was certainly well up there. Yes, it was a good outfit. Both of them were.
Look at his little face. This song makes people happy.
I know.
And that's what you want from Eurovision.
Yeah, it was a solid performance. It's a good song. I'll be interested to see how it's staged. It could be quite bonkers. I thought the song sounded a bit like 2 or 3 songs glued together in parts, but it seemed to work, and she sang it well, and she presented it well. So yeah, I quite like it, and I think
I'm all for the laser boobs.
Oh yeah.
Laser boobs.
Laser
Everybody
boobs.
wants laser boobs. It's going to be fab. I think with a bit of a remix and a jig about, and she's going to have an awesome outfit. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
It's going to be brilliant. So I think that's it. I think we've. Is there anything that we haven't covered?
How do we think it's going to do generally on the Eurovision stage? Do we think it's actually going to, up there with the top 10 contenders?
Well, I've got to say something right now because of the songs that we've got for next year already. I've got to say this is my 3rd favourite.
Quite impressive.
And how much are the T-shirts, Sean? Well, you know what? I think it's not going to do too bad. I think there's going to be a bit of a revamp, and she'll have a bit more movement about her and a bit more looking at the camera. I think that's the issue, is that people weren't looking at cameras, but I don't think it was their fault. I think it was the fact that people I don't know if they were doing it on just a phone in the audience or what, but nobody knew where a camera was anyway.
I don't think the director knew which camera was
No,
being turned next.
so I think with a bit of direction, and she's going to be looking, she's going to look fantastic, and I think it's going to be very impactful.
I think you're right. One of the things that Albania do really, really well is they revamp the songs. Quite often, they'll do a good revamp, and it will probably sound quite a bit different than what it did the other night, to be honest. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the revamp. She's certainly got a big personality in bundles, and I think this song will definitely be protruding on the Eurovision stage. Yeah,
you're waffling now, Sean. Right, here we go. This is it for live ESC fan TV shows for this year, but we have got this coming up.
Oh, wow. Look at this. We've got a Christmas special. It's the ESC Fan TV's Camp and Cheesy Eurovision Christmas Top 40. Wow. So the votes. When is it? Well, I'll tell you when it is. Here's something I prepared earlier. The live results watch party is on Thursday, the 28th of December. So that's next Thursday at 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Central European time. It's going to be on Twitch. Okay, so if you want to watch it, it's on Twitch. Just search for ESC Fan TV. Go to Twitch, search for ESC Fan TV. You'll find our page there. You'll see the logo. So subscribe to that channel and you get a notification of when it goes live. It's the top 40. All the votes have already been counted and verified. And we've got a top 40, which is very, very, it's a lot of fun. And there's some surprises in there as well.
Very eclectic, shall we say?
Well, it's very camp. It's very cheesy. It does what it says on the tin. It's a great couple of hours, and it'll have you dancing around the kitchen, guaranteed.
Yep. Me and Phil will be in the chat room. So will Sean. I assume that other people will also be in the chat room, because otherwise it's just basically me and Sean and Phil having a conversation. So it'll be nice if you were there.
I'll be there. Why not?
Yeah.
Would anybody like one last Christmas song before we go?
No.
Oh, go on then.
Go on.
Oh, I hope you remember this. It was number one. Fick you, I won't do what you told me. Fick you, I won't do what you told me. Fick you, I won't do what you told me. And on that note, bye.
Bye.